Hey, and welcome back, everyone. When we last left off, well, now I can't remember. I think we bought some items that we were going to use. Yeah, we have the repels and the super potions we were going to use. So, welcome back to our relaxed speedrun. Emphasis on the relaxed in the early part of this video, considering that I just went back to a place we already went to. But, so we here are going to pick up a lot of time compared to how we usually would run through this. So, as you know, you probably, we can just sort of breeze through the SSN here. You don't need to do any of these optional battles or optional floors. I've not switched out my GameCube controller. I was having some trouble actually getting the GameCube to work this morning. I was having trouble reading the disc, which I thought was weird considering that it read the disc perfectly fine last night, and I've never really had that extended issue. But I cleaned the disc reader and then it ended up being able to work here, so that's at least a little good. Alright, so here we're going to want to continue to just use Riku and slash through all this. I'm going to use a horn attack on the Spearow here to take him out. And then there's a reason why we have Bubble Beam now. So we're going to use that on Rattata and also on Sandshrew in order to knock both of those guys out. Nidoking has pretty good offensive stats, and especially in this generation where you still have the special stat instead of a special attack and special defense, you can really see that Nidoking is pretty strong here. Alright, and now double kick against your normal type, and you're in pretty good shape. There we go. See you later, rival. Okay, at least you're raising your Pokemon, sure. We do want to find the Cut Master real quick. The SSN is really cool here. I love how they make it actually look like a wooden floorboard ship. Looks like something out of the University of Tennessee up here. Alright, now once we get this, we help him out a little bit. He does look like he has a white beard here. That's pretty cool. I don't know if I ever noticed that before. Oh. Alright, now we are going to want to teach Cut to our friend Litzard. You can now see why he is our HM friend. And we'll forget Scratch. Alright, now that's all you want to do on the SSN. Much shorter than our near two-part episode previously. But, you know, that's why you take a quick run back through, jaunt through memory lane. Yeah, we're gonna have spent about 3 minutes all told on the SSN. That's far different. Next thing we do want to do, though, is head to the Pokemon Fan Club. You want to go there because you're going to have to pound through a lot of text. However, you can deal with that because of what you get in return, which is a pretty nice bike voucher. We're going to need that because, as you might remember, we don't have running shoes in this generation. So that becomes a big area you want to improve upon. This is another reason why you deposit Pikachu no matter what, but I still like seeing his little antics. Alright. Remember, Rapidash is his favorite. There we go. So now you just want to really go through this quickly. Get that bike voucher, and then we'll be on our way. So there's a fun little trick about why I don't think we healed last time here. Maybe we did, but I'll show you a fun little trick if not. Hey, there's a switch under the trash. There we go. Wow. And both times we make it right through the switches in the exact same position. That's pretty good. All right, here we go. So there's still a decent chance here. We should just march right through Surge with Thrash. I was gonna get into the whole explanation of how these trash cans are rigged in this game, but considering both times I just blasted right through that, I don't think I need to. You can look it up for yourself. Let's hope he doesn't get lucky here. There we go. Okay. And well, there we go. Surge is down. Lightning American, goodbye. Alright. That was way quicker than I thought. Now we have Thunderbolt, which is going to be really, really strong for Nidoking. We're going to be writing over a lot of Nidoking's stats. Oh, come on. The joystick is not great on these games, as you can tell. So if you haven't healed yet, this trick should work. Which is if you go into Diglett Cave here, the way that dig works is it'll take you, if you're in a diggable space, it'll take you back to the last Pokemon Center you used. I don't think we used Vermilion, so it should take us to Cerulean. Ah, we did use Vermilion. Okay, well then, it didn't quite work. But, you know, like I said, we're emphasizing the relaxed nature of this speedrun. Okay. You do want to get back to Cerulean, though, because you want to get the bike voucher exchange. The bike is going to be used a fair amount in this game. Item management also is way more important here in this speedrun because you have the you don't have unlimited item storage. So let's use here. Oh no, we're in the wrong spot. Alright, well, let's get the bike voucher exchanged first, and then we can deposit some items. Let's see, can we move? Oh yeah, we can move items. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put the repels up to the top of our list. And then the bike. And I think that's about it. That's probably how we want to lay things out for right now. Okay. We actually don't want double kick anymore. We're going to use Thunderbolt to replace that on Riku. It's just going to be more powerful. We don't really have any normal types that are really strong right now. So yeah, we're getting double kick for Thunderbolt. Alright. Next thing we want to do is go to Rock Tunnel. So we're going to have to go all the way on routes 9 and 10. I'm going to be real careful about making sure we are avoiding any unnecessary trainers there. I don't really... Okay, I think we have to fight this. Yeah, we have to fight her. Normally you would just go up and talk to her, but... oh well. And you're just gonna thrash. There we go. I remember I used Nidoking in a playthrough. I played through Pokemon Yellow a few years ago on my virtual console on the 3DS. And Nidoking still held up pretty strong. And eventually he needs to be a pretty high level. Oh yeah, he gets confused after too much thrashing. Ugh. Okay, let's try Thrash again. Alright, there we go. Yeah, he still gets pretty strong. Alright, that was a little unlucky, but that's why we should have some potions. We have a super potion. Let's use just a regular potion. Let's use these up. Alright. Now you don't want to go up there. You want to come over here. You have to fight this guy. Yeah, let's hope for 3 thrashes in a row instead of... Yeah, that's a tough thing, because I think you can... It ranges from 2 to 5, so it's a little bit more difficult with these to guarantee a full win on these 3+. There we go. Alright. Because, yeah, that's part of the problem with those is, alright, let's be real careful. There we go. Alright. Do we have to face her? No, we don't. Okay. Oh, that's great. Alright, well then, you come all the way down here. I am gonna heal. I know we probably don't want to, or there might be some reason we don't want to, but I am going to do it. Alright, I'm going to show you how you want to go through Rock Tunnel. It is we're not going to be using Flash, which is going to make it a little bit more interesting. So we're gonna have to just make it through the dark. Alright, so you gotta come, first we're gonna use our repels, which are all the way at the top. We have to face this guy. But then you want to go down after we destroy him. Let's use Bubble Beam here. Excellent. Alright, level 30. Now we can use Thrash. I was gonna choose Thunderbolt, but... Oh wow, we probably should use Thunderbolt. Oh man. Oh jeez. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay. Well, let's pray we hit. Oh, man. Oh, come on. Don't be our first wipe. Come on, hit through this. There we go. Wow. Alright, well. Way, way, way closer than it should have been. Let's use that super potion. Let's bring these all the way up. Alright, well now that we've recovered a little bit, we can head down, still having the repel, and we want to get all the way to here. You're going to want to go all the way down around here. You have to fight this trainer here. And yeah, he's inevitable. There are a few inevitable trainers in here. Luckily we have Thunderbolt, so we're gonna be able to just hack and slash. Or I guess electrify and slash. Alright, you want to get right up and talk to this NPC. I know you can't really see any of that, but I promise that's what we're doing. There's some really interesting maps people put together to help you through this. That's actually what I'm using on the side. They are, they're pretty convenient for being able to get through some of these fights and being able to just get a better understanding of the layout here. Alright, you want to follow along. Alright, use another repel. You want to you don't need to entirely hug that wall? Oh, wow. I thought you did. Okay, well, maybe we could have hugged that wall a bit more. Let's see what Horn Attack will do, because we're not going to want to use Thrash if he's got a Geodude or Onyx. Okay. Oh, there you go. That's exactly why you didn't want to use Thrash. Yeah, I think we probably weren't hugging the wall as much as we needed to then. And that's probably why we hit this battle. You typically don't need to face this hiker. Okay, so now that we're through there, you come all the way down. And you just go right up here. Alright, now that we're through here, we do have one more hiker we have to face. We have to face this guy. But once we're through that, we are pretty much through Rock Tunnel. Yeah, let's use Bubble Beam again. We have just one more battle. And once we take on this guy. And again, for what feels like the third time, isn't this a lot faster than it was before? Alright. And we're just going to Bubble Beam through again. You really get some good TMs in this game. Like, Bide isn't great, but Bubble Beam and Thunderbolt are awesome to get in this early game. Alright, you just want to come Oh wow, I thought we ran into the trainer. Okay. Alright, now that we're through there, you want to come all the way over, hit this wall, go down until you hit the trainer over there, then cross all the way over and down. There is a trainer right up here that we have to battle. So you want to go right up to her and battle her. But otherwise, I'm gonna really be upset to do this to Meowly. But let's use a horn attack and then we can thrash. Alright, there we go. Now we thrash. Yeah, you see, even Oddish looks better. Like, these sprites are really good. These are the sprites I remember as a kid, playing through Gen 1, which probably means that I remember playing through Yellow more than any of the other games. It's probably also why I don't really have an affinity for one Kanto starter over the other. I really like all of them. Okay, so now that we made it through there, you want to use the bike. And we're going to be biking through a lot of this area. Ah, shoot. I thought you could avoid that guy. Well, oh well. Okay, well, we can take him down pretty easily with a bubble beam. Alright. And now, we learned our lesson from last time, we're just going to use the Thunderbolt. Excellent. Okay. We don't even need to heal. We do have to face this gambler. You want to face him. I think it's quicker than facing the girl up above him. Let's just thrash. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Yeah, the thrash is awesome. I wish it didn't have the outrage rebuff. Okay, avoid that guy. I think we can avoid all of these trainers. Yep. And then we can go right into the underground here. Gonna use the bike again. There's a... You want to get... There's a few items down here that you want to try and get in most playthroughs. There you go, there's an elixir. And then if you come up here, there's a nugget somewhere along the way. There we go. So you get both of those. And then we are in Celadon City, essentially. Yeah, you're gonna be real sick of the bike music by the end of this. You want to go straight to the Pokemon Mart here. And we head straight to the elevator, which is going to take us to the top floor. There are a few things you want to do on this top floor here. So we're going to first buy a few items. you want to buy a few X accuracies. And by a few, I mean a lot. And you will see why. Now we're going to sell some of our items here. We're going to sell those 2 nuggets. We're also going to, we're going to sell TM34 for Bide. We don't need that. And now you're going to buy a few X speeds, 7 of them, and a few X attacks, 3. And then we're going to get some X specials. We're going to get 5 of those guys. Okay, there are a lot of really interesting reasons why you want to get all those items. I'll talk about them along the way, as opposed to talking about them right now. Alright, we're going to buy a fresh water. We're going to buy a soda pop. And we're going to buy another fresh water. Because, as we learned last time, you want to come over and talk to this girl. If you give her a fresh water, she'll give you Ice Beam. We then also want to give her a soda pop. She'll give us Rock Slide. Fantastic. Okay. We want to just buy a few more things in here. No, not from this guy. There's someone down here who will sell you a few items we still need to get. I forget which floor it's on. Yep, we want to buy 1 Pokédoll. Hold on, did we buy that? I don't know what. Let's see. No, we didn't. Okay, so we're gonna buy the Pokédoll, and then we want to find the TM sellers. Is that over here? No. Oh. TM18, okay, well, we're probably going to get rid of that for inventory reasons. But let's see, I think it's this guy who sells us. Yep. And we want to get TM7. Oh, are we out of storage on items? Let's see. We are, okay, so then let's sell some stuff. We can sell SS ticket now. Let's sell what we just got, TM18. And buy TM7. No, come on. Okay, there we go. Now we can head back down the stairs. We can head on out. We're gonna want to head all the way to get Fly. Let's see though, we want to ride the bicycle first. Get up here, or not TM, did I say TM? HM. Okay. So now Up here we get fly, and oh man, alright, well, let's toss the escape rope. Okay. So now that we have that, you're going to teach a few things to some other people. Gonna teach... Wait, did we not get fly? Okay. Now we can use this. Okay. So first we're going to teach fly to our friend Spiro. We're going to teach TM7, which is horn drill, to our Nido, Riku. And unfortunately, we're going to have to replace our move that's been crushing for us, Thrash. But you'll see why horn drill is the better move here. We also want to teach over another move that we've really been enjoying, which is Bubble Beam. You can see you start to get... Don't get attached to things in the speed run. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, Bubble Beam. Okay. Alright, and now what we're gonna do is we have to fly back to Celadon. We need to pick up some super repels. And you know what? I'm gonna dump some items too while we're at it. Because we're making pretty good time here. No, not Bill's PC. Alright. And deposit the Helix fossil. No, not the bike. Right, we're gonna deposit these TMs, withdraw the bike. The SS ticket. This HM. We still need that fresh water, we still need all these. And deposit this. Okay, and now, so now what we can do is let's go back to our items. We're gonna move the bike up to there. We're also going to teach Rock Slide to Riku. Unfortunately over Horn Attack, so Riku's getting like a whole makeover here. And he's gonna get Rock Slide instead. Alright, we wanna go pick up some super repels though. I'll show you where we get those. Is it down here? Do we have to talk to one of these guys? No, those are TMs. Okay, we're gonna get about 10 of these guys. Just because you're gonna start needing them. If you couldn't guess by the reason we came all the way back here to get them. Okay, so now you wanna fly back to Lavender Town. Funny enough, in this game, you don't need to use the Pokemon Center in order to be able to fly, which is pretty helpful. We do want to move the Super Repels up, though. Alright. Now that we have that, we are going to want to face... We have to face the rival. And one of the first things we're going to do is use... we're going to use the X accuracies. This is where the game gets pretty crazy here. So, I'll show you. If you use an X accuracy, and you know what, let's actually move this guy up to here. If you use an X accuracy, now Horn Drill, which is a one-hit KO move, will actually become, its accuracy doesn't go to 100, it just will always hit with the X accuracy. That was changed in future games. But here, you're just gonna Horn Drill through his entire team. I mean, it's just, like, every single one of them is gonna go down to this. It's awesome. And he's got 5 Pokemon. The problem is it's 5 PP. So you gotta be a little bit careful. You can't use it to, like, you know, get through the entire league, so to say. Oh, maybe you can if you have some elixirs and whatnot, but it's gonna be pretty strong. Okay, there we go. And Andrew goes down pretty easily. Yeah, he just found Cubone. Okay, well, that's good for you. We are going to instead make it through the rest of the Pokemon Tower. So if you come around here, you can avoid all those battles. You have to fight this Channeler, I think? Luckily, we just have Rock Slides. Yep, Channeler. These Rock Slides should be able to take out all of our Pokemon. Oh, yeah, and I forgot, there are 2 elixirs here. So maybe... So we're going to pick those up. Those are going to be really helpful moving forward. Okay, way to go, Riku. That should also just be the theme for this entire playthrough. It's just simple and clean. Okay. Here's the other elixir. And if we come down here, you can get on the heal space, which is awesome. There's also a rare candy oh no, there's a nugget. Huh. Thought that was the rare candy, but instead, oh shoot, did not want to do that. Okay, well, we can at least use Rock Slide. A fully healed up Rock Slide. One of the fun things about a speedrun is you really see some of the ways that people have figured out how you can destroy a game without using cheats. One of those is going to come up here, which I think is really cool. Alright, let's Rock Slide this away again. So I think last time when we faced off against the League, our Pokemon were pretty much in like level 45 to 47 range. I'm hoping that we can get a little bit higher than that this time. Okay. Alright, we have to face this person too. Alright, let's just take out the Ghastly. Almost clicked Horn Drill. That would have been real bad. Ah, well, we would have done actually the exact same thing as that. Okay. Critical hit there. I guess that makes up for what we were doing. Oh man. Should we have just gone around? Perhaps. Alright, let's just see. Let's see what one Rock Slide can do. Alright, you get that rare candy. And now here's going to be the coolest thing you can do. Is, you might be thinking to yourself, we don't have the Sylph Scope. How are we going to get away from the ghost of Marowak? Well, if you come in here and you use that Pokédoll we picked up, it'll actually get you through. So I think that's where we're gonna stop here with that really cool little piece. So I will thank you for tuning in, and next time we'll pick up through the very end of Pokemon Tower, and we will continue along with our relaxed speedrun. All right, thanks for tuning in.